What is ADHD and how does it relate with God and neuroscience? Now, I actually have ADHD, and over time I've come to realize that this isn't just a challenge, it's actually a window into the complexity of the brain and God's grace. So let's look at the neuroscience behind it. ADHD originates in the prefrontal cortex. This is the brain area that's responsible for executive functioning like focus, decision making, and impulse control. In ADHD, this area has impaired dopamine regulation. Dopamine acts like a messenger. It motivates us by rewarding tasks with feelings of satisfaction. In ADHD, the brain struggles to effectively produce and regulate dopamine, making it harder to prioritize and stay engaged. This doesn't mean the ADHD brain is broken, it's just wired differently. For example, hyperactivity can be traced back to an overactive default mode network. This is the area of the brain that generates thoughts while your brain is at rest. This is why people with ADHD may seem daydreamy or jump from one idea to another. But here's where faith comes in. If we flip open to 2 Corinthians 12:9, Paul shares God's response to his struggles. He says, "But he said to me, 'My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses so that Christ's power may rest on me.'" ADHD might highlight areas of weakness, but it's also an opportunity to rely on God's strength. God created us all differently. The creativity, energy, and out-of-the-box thinking often found in people with ADHD only speaks to the uniqueness of His diverse design. Whether you are navigating ADHD yourself or supporting someone who is, remember, God's grace is enough. He works through every challenge, every brain, every gift, because your weaknesses are where His power shines.